We are training back today, and it's fun to see how much you guys like the back days. Well, training wise, the back videos. And I will say, from all my muscle groups, my back has transformed the most. And that is like, I don't know, that is really surprising to me because when I first started, um, I was I mean, I had the worst posture, and I always would tell myself like, wow, my back must be so weak that I can't even like stand up straight or, do that without it being like so exhausting. So in the beginning and with me lifting, I would have to be so intentional with, okay, am I upright? Am I doing that? And just honestly kind of annoyed because I'm just like, I'm sure other people don't have to worry about that because I felt like I had the worst posture for some reason. I mean, technically, from all my siblings, I did. My dad would always come up to me and like push my shoulders back to like remind me, like, you're not, standing up straight, like fix your posture. And it'd be sad because it's just like, that's what I always would be like. The first thing would be like, okay, I need to remember that my posture needs to be good. And I would just constantly tell myself, like, wow, like you don't have good posture. Wow, you're, you know, not good at this or that. And I've told you guys before, like, I would talk really bad to myself back then when I was younger and compare myself with my siblings because that's kind of like sometimes what parents do. So unintentionally, you start doing that. And, I was known for the one not being the smartest because I wasn't great at spelling. And then I wasn't, the most athletic, and I wasn't the most like artistic, and like just all these things. And I would just kind of cope with it because it's like, what can you do? Because you kind of feel like you don't have any control over it. You're like, it is what it is. And I kind of just used to tell myself that. But, you know, later realizing that, we can be sad about certain things, and we can like vent about it and be like, oh, I'm so bad at this and that and all that stuff. And like, just to just feel like, okay, I just want to feel better, so let me vent. But I feel like there becomes a point where like when you vent, then you need to ask yourself like, okay, what am I going to do about it? Like what steps do I need to take to make that change? Like, yeah, like I want a stronger back. Well, maybe I need to start training back. Maybe I need to start training, doing some exercises instead of just telling myself, wow, I just have a really weak back. And, just, and then end of story, like not doing anything about it. And it's sad because it's like, it's very natural for us to, vent or be bothered by things. And I think that's the sad part, is like, we just end it there. That's the end of the story, instead of realizing, okay, like, some stuff bother me, and do I have control over it? And if you do, then, figure out what steps you need to take to make that change. And I think that it's just something that has really helped me, not only about working out or life, but also like communicating with others. There's this thing that I always tell myself: if I have something that is, bothering me, like if it be like, let's say you have a roommate and, like, let's say they are super messy and you have a problem, like you want to address it to them and say like, hey, like, how can we fix this? Like, I feel like, there needs to be like chores or something. And I feel like what your mind should go is like, how there's a problem and how do you go about fixing it, instead of letting your emotions kind of run the conversation. Like, for instance, like, let's say you do have a problem with someone and their cleanliness, and you kind of just say mean things like, oh, every time I see you, I get aggravated because you never do this, you're lazy. And then you start saying things that are just hurtful. And then when you really think about it, like, how is that fixing anything? It's not. Like, that's why a lot of people, like, how you communicate at then, like, what's the goal? When you open your mouth and when you're talking to someone, what's the goal? Like, do you want to solve the problem? Then how is that going to help? So I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, when you talk to anybody, like, okay, what's the goal? You want to solve the problem? Let's figure out how we can solve whatever it is that's bothering you. And it's funny because when you start getting used to talking to people like that, you start talking to yourself like that. Like, okay, I have a problem with, that I haven't been eating the best. And I know that. You just try to, you face it. And you're like, okay. Instead of just beating yourself up about it and start calling yourself, oh, you're lazy, you don't do anything right, you can never stick with anything. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, you kind of get used to that instead of telling yourself, like, okay, like, I know that I haven't been sticking to the gym or sticking with something, or even like anything. It could be anything. And you tell yourself, okay, yes, that is something that I do feel like I want to change. Okay, how can I fix that? Like, how can I solve that instead of just beating yourself down? Because vice versa too, how you talk to yourself, sometimes you're going to start talking to other people that way, and in the end, you're not going to really fix the problem. And I am guilty of that. I used to talk to myself like that before, when I was younger, before I started lifting, before any of that. I would tell myself, oh, you have the worst posture. You're the laziest. You're good at nothing. Look at you, like you can't stick with anything and you're bad at it. Like I would tell myself, and it would spiral, instead of us realizing, like, yeah, like we all have things that bother us in life. It's just life. And address it. And then you tell yourself, okay, like what can I do to solve that? And the more we talk to ourselves like that, the more things that we're going to be more efficient in, and honestly be happier. Because it sucks when you start beating yourself down and honestly you're getting nothing done. Same with how you talk to someone. If you just try to beat them down, are you really solving what the problem was in the first place? Sometimes it gets so lost because you're just beating them down that you don't even realize that, wait, what was the beginning of this conversation? Like I forgot what the whole thing was because it starts spiraling. So I guess with me saying this is like, if you guys find things that you start talking to yourself, like catch how you talk to yourself and then try to say like, okay, yeah, I know that I haven't been the most consistent come to the gym, but you know what? I know what can help me solve that. And you know what? Maybe it won't, maybe it will, but I'm going to try it. And you treating yourself nicer is you respecting yourself, just as you would respect someone else and not treat them like, treat them bad. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that I didn't realize I wasn't doing for myself, but it changed so much because how you talk to yourself and how you carry yourself, it really does help mentally and physically with you getting things done that you always wanted to get done. And also how you see yourself, because it's no fun trying to see yourself in a more like positive light when you're talking to yourself like that. And, and I think that's the main thing that I'm always so passionate about is that I want you guys to start following through the things that you want to do. Like you have something you want to do, I want you to follow through with them. And I guess I'm saying like, I know how hard that can be because I didn't do that for the longest time. And it was because of how I talked to myself. It wasn't because, oh, I didn't work hard enough in the gym or I didn't eat the best. Like, no, it was how I talked to myself. It was how I treated myself. And it took me so long to like figure that out, like to figure out like it was me, because we can like point out at everything around us and be like, well, if it wasn't for this, I would be here. If it wasn't for that, like, and it's sad because it's like, it's not helping us. It's not helping us reach anything. And, this is your life. I want you to start enjoying it. And I feel like it took me forever to fully like enjoy it for me and not worry about what other people think. And it takes you a while because sometimes when you do reach that point, you're just like, oh, this is what that means when people say that, to live life to the fullest, to act like, this is you that is making these decisions and all this stuff. And it's funny, I still have these aha moments where I'm just like, this is what they mean. Like, oh, you're truly doing something because you enjoy it. Even if no one's watching you, even if no one, you're not trying to like check in with anyone but yourself. And you start realizing like, wow, like, okay, I get it. And I feel like that's also you just being like honest with yourself. And I knew I used to just ignore all these things that I wanted. And like I told you guys, I would like vent in my head all these things that bothered me. And then that's where it ended. I didn't come up with solutions. I didn't come up with like, okay, how do I solve this? And the more you get in that mindset, the more successful you're going to be, because then you take that with you everywhere. If there's a problem at work, instead of being like, oh man, like I hate work. Well, how do I solve this? How do we get better? How do we make these, how do we make this more functional? How do we make this more, for everyone? And just more of a problem solving mindset, instead of just sitting in something that you feel like you're trying, like you're getting it done, but you're not, because just because the more you talk about it doesn't mean it's going to get solved. So with me saying that, yes, my back has really transformed throughout all these years of me lifting, but so has my mindset. And I will always continuously talk about stuff like that, because like I said, I feel like that was really what helped me really change my habits, change the things, the change, like change how I approached life and my life, and how I started treating myself. And no perfect workout plan or meal plan is going to really do that. You have to, really look internally in how your thought process goes, how you think, and just kind of work with wherever you're at, and always trying to, like, yeah, reach the goals that you have, and try to solve the things that do bother you in your life, and see if you do. And if you don't have control over it, then that's why they say it's okay to vent and try to, like, move past it in whatever way you can, because at the end of the day, you don't have control over it. But a lot of the things that do bother us in our life, we do have control over it. And I think, deep down we know that, and we just kind of act like we don't. But I just really wanted to share that with you guys, because that's just something that was on my mind when, with us training back today. And I, yeah, I hope it, I don't know, someone understands like what I'm trying to say with that, or, yeah. But let's go in and just get a solid back pump. And also we do train triceps with the back as well. So we'll go inside and get started. Okay, we're starting off with pull downs, and I guess I'm not as strong as usual, or at least just not right now. Sometimes it does change throughout like the workout and just getting warmed up enough. But I'm trying to remember what I did yesterday, not yesterday. What did we work out? We did chest, shoulders, and biceps, and for some reason my back was really sore. I don't know. But it probably is affecting a little bit right now because it's new. It's not its full potential. It's a little fatigued, and but it's fine. We are down 23 pounds, so a lot is going to be just kind of going with my body, with whatever my body is capable of. And actually, we'll take off the shirt. I have my fun, what's it called, bodysuit. And hold on, let me see it. I know the mic gets a little messed up. Okay, so it's funny because I know in the beginning, like, or towards the end of the bulk, you guys would always tell me, why do you guys, why you have like your pump cover on or your shirt on? Like, it'd be fun to see, um, how the bulk's going, how the body and the physique and how the muscle moves. And like, I mean, to be honest, I was just like, I didn't feel good about looking at my body, because I was just like, oh, like, I don't see any muscle. I just feel like it's just a lot of fluff. But I wish I did record those, because just to like compare to how far my body has come now, it's fun to like look back at that. And so even right now, I don't think I look anything amazing, but I think it's gonna be fun to have these videos to compare when we're at the end of the cut. But let's go ahead and do our first working set. And I know a few of you, not most of you, but a few, always tell me that why do I use my straps? And just the biggest reason is because depending on the bar or the handle, my hands get slippery, sippy, and the straps help me. So I'm like, I want my muscle to give out before my grip does. And we're still holding on. Like my forearms are on fire at the end of it still, but your hands get slippery. Can't really just tell yourself to work through that. You have to sometimes figure out, okay, what can help with that. So that's why we use the straps most of the time. Oh my gosh. Okay. Usually start talking nonsense at the end of the workout, but it's the beginning, so that's weird. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do another set of these, and then you guys will see in the next clip. Okay, we're good? Oh, we're good. Okay, let's go. I'm turning on my music, and my friend's helping me. So I think this would be nice for you guys to see not only how the movement looks from the back, but from the side, because when I talk about the range of motion, and wait, okay, the mic's on. I was like, just making sure. So let's go ahead and do the last set. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's funny when that's what I'm telling you. Whoever you're around like brings out a different side of you because the person behind the camera is making me laugh for the silliest reasons. So that's just, anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and do my set, and yeah, let's just go ahead and do the set. I remembered to hold on to this when we do this side, and it does feel way better because this one I just automatically do it for some reason. Okay, just rest a little, and then we'll go for the next one because yeah, that one was tough. Okay. I just love a back pump. And that's why I tell you guys, I always have to just like squeeze whatever muscle group I'm working out, and it just feels so nice. So that was the last one for that. And then we'll go ahead and do high rows. So I'll see you guys for that one. Okay, I'm so glad that I do biceps with my chest day and I do triceps for my back day because my biceps already feel pumped. Like, cause you're gonna indirectly be working your biceps when you're doing back. So for those asking me what's another good tip to get like a bigger back, well, make sure your biceps, you're working out your biceps and they're getting stronger because that way your back is the one giving out first, then your biceps. So that's one thing. I'm just like, my arms feel really pumped, but my back, of course, does too. Let's go ahead and do my last set. Okay, I just wanted to try that last rep. Because I tell you guys, make it a point where you know, like, okay, this is a good time to stop because then you'll just like keep going forever. So usually if I can't do a nice full rep, then I'm like, okay, like we're done. And this was our last thing for back. So that was a nice last set. I was going to hit some rear delts. Okay, so we're just doing 2 movements for our triceps. So I like doing the cables and then we'll do seated push downs. So I'm going to start with these first, also because the other machine's taken. So we'll just start with our weak side first. Okay, one more movement, and then I need to remember to do that ab machine before we do cardio because I'm just like so tired. And I always forget, but I will remember this time. So one more tricep movement, and then yeah, onto that ab machine. Okay, guys, this is the last set, and my triceps are so on fire, but we're gonna finish this set. And I want to make sure that that last rep is like the last rep. And honestly, I like going about all my sets that way. And that's why I tell you guys, sometimes the last rep isn't even a full rep, but it's just that reassurance that it gives me that I'm like, okay, yeah, like that was the complete set. We're done. And I don't go on and do like another 5 half reps, you know, but I think, yeah, like 1 half rep at the end is fine because it just, for me, gives you that peace of mind. Like, okay, you gave it your all. Like that muscle wasn't able to perform at, you know, where you want it to be anymore, and that we're good and we killed it. So let's go ahead and do the last set. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, like I've tried dips, like the ones where you're just kind of hanging, but you know, it just, I don't know, for some reason, I guess hasn't clicked for me. So that's why I always stay with these because I just feel like I can just really focus on just squeezing my tricep instead of, I don't know, dangling. But that's just a me thing. Maybe, you know, it's like everyone has their thing. Some people are just like automatic with dips and they just know how to go about it. For me, that was always like the trickiest for some reason. But that's why I really like using the seated dip machine. But okay, I guess we're good. And let's go ahead and do some posing. Okay, let's get some back poses and some tricep poses. But let's start with the back. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out, I was trying to practice some new poses, but see, we only did it once, so it's not like ingrained in my memory. So I think it goes something like, yeah, something like that. But honestly, would it be better this side? No, I think the other side. Okay, let's do a tricep pose. And oh yeah, I always forget this one. And I just want to do this one for fun because my biceps feel super pumped. Okay, I think that's about it. Some back and tricep poses, and I will do some cardio and then talk to you guys probably at the house. Yeah. I wanted to show you guys Teddy's new little haircut. One of you can notice. It's more on his body that got the trim. It's his summer haircut. He feels so soft. You gonna sit next to me? Come here, sit next to me. Just a little Teddy. You want to say hi to everyone on YouTube? Teddy usually always makes an appearance on Twitch, but here and there he'll make an appearance on YouTube too. Right, Teddy? Everyone likes you on Twitch. They always ask for you. Oh, speaking of Twitch, I actually won't be streaming this weekend. I know I stream every Saturday, but this weekend's gonna be very busy with Father's Day, and then I have some family birthdays that's coming up. So yeah, I'll be following the normal schedule next week. So I will see you guys for that. The ones that, come on and Twitch and chat and everything, we hang out. But let's see. Other than that, today's workout was a good one. The cardio at the end was kind of tough. It was like those last 10 minutes that I had to just push through. Oh, but I mean, other than that, I haven't even, added more cardio. It's just been 600 calories a week. So that's just 20 minutes for each workout session. And yeah, it's not even that bad. It's just because we're just tired. And after the workout, I'm just like exhausted and ready to just relax. So I will do that after this. So I will edit this video and you guys will see it, but I will see you guys for lower body for the next video. Sorry, I'm like not thinking because I'm like, yeah. But I'm gonna have my protein shake. I only have enough rotisserie chicken for dinner tonight, so I'll just head to Costco tomorrow. It's fine. And I will, yeah, just do that. And I will see you guys for the next video. And thank you for watching. Bye, guys.